Sherlock le tiene pánico al agua. Si cae en ella se desmayará. ¿Cómo? No sabía yo eso. Vale. Vamos a continuar justo donde lo dejamos. A ver. Hostia, es verdad. Ah, espérate. Lo del acertijo. No me acordaba, tío. Espérate. No he llegado. Y el cruce de Eurus Road y Crooked Street. Eurus Road y Crooked Street. Buscar esto. Vale, Gran Sarai. Kiosco de noticias.
Extra, extra! The hive gets stung! A substantial police Interested in some Cordona news? Check the front page. You won't regret it.
Vale. Provocaron un golpe de la policía. 13 arrestos, hostia. Luchas intestinas internas, ¿será? Luchas intestinas. Vale. Claro, espérate. Puente en Gran Sarai tiene que ser esto. Porque este puente... Ya, pero no quería decir que el puente estuviera en Gran Sarai, sino que desde en Gran Sarai se podía ver ese puente. Creo. Vamos a verlo. Club de Vela Salacia. Una cosa, ¿yo puedo entrar a estos sitios a ver... a encontrar misiones o no? ¿O son solo de los tablones de la policía? ¿Por dónde coño se entra aquí? Socorro. Pues igual no, ¿eh? Vale, pues nada, pues muy bien, oye, pues gracias. Sigo con lo mío. Una iglesia en una colina. Y un puente. Iglesia. Iglesia en una colina. Ahí está. Hostia, qué susto me ha dado. ¡Quitad del puto medio! Estoy trabajando. Iglesia en una colina y un puente. Puede ser que sea eso, pero desde otro ángulo, espérate. No, ¿cómo coño llego ahí? Stonewood, la mansión, lo tengo, es aquí.
Hey, Sherry, there's post here, and it seems as if the letter was...
Sherlock, que esta carta no te llegue.
delivered
After
recently.
reading that, I am even less eager to return home than before. Let's investigate our manor.
That's the Mycroft I know. Predictable.
Ah, vale, ahora.
There she is. Our old manor. It's smaller than I remember.
You were a couple of feet shorter back then, Sherry. Or maybe it's bigger on the inside.
Espérate, pero ahora... What the fuck?
I did not expect these to still be here. It was enjoyable to practice using real handcuffs to make an arrest. An irreplaceable tool for catching a thief.
Hey, that's Wooden Joe. He was always the best at playing criminals.
And this must be the reason our suspect was apprehended. Wood and glass, oh, very precious. Why does this barn give me such an unpleasant feeling?
Oh, I know. It's because Mycroft used an axe to shoo you out of here. It scarred you for life, but I enjoyed it.
Voy a ir entrando.
Look at the ash all over the door. I don't recall hearing of a fire.
We don't have to stay here. You can afford another night or two at the hotel.
It's stuck.
Oh well, let's just head back. They probably haven't even stripped our room yet.
Come on. Must be locked.
Move aside. Let me have a go. Seems fine to me, Sherry. This barrier, perhaps it's mental, not physical.
Or perhaps the rest of us are simply constrained by reality, John. I wonder if there's a key secreted somewhere in the garden.
Try to recall that memory about the policeman, Sherry. Concentrate.
Recuerdo del policía.
The policeman brought us both home, John. That's why he was here.
I'm pretty sure he brought something else with him too. Do you remember what it was? I bet it was our reward.
No, we were not so lucky. It was a set of lockpicks that we had used to sneak into someone's house. That's why we were arrested.
Did someone come out to investigate all the commotion?
It was Mycroft. He smoothed things over and convinced the policeman not to press charges. The officer left and never returned. But we had to endure a serious talking to from my brother. Mycroft wasn't happy about the fact that we were arrested. It felt like he lectured us for hours.
Did we give him something afterwards, Sherry?
Oh, yes. Yes, now I remember. It was a letter. That's why we snuck into the house. Mycroft asked us to. He wasn't angry we stole, but that we got caught.
Oh, that's right. It must have been only a couple of months after we moved to Cordona. Ugh, the good old days. Whoa.
How very odd. It appears that memory stood between me and the manor. It's as if my mind palace had seeped into the real world. This deserves further investigation. Perhaps there's more to discover inside.
As long as there is a comfortable place to put my feet up, I'll be happy. Maybe a chaise longue.
Aha! In we go.
Hostia, el resto fallido, recuerdo fragmentado. Oh.
Home sweet home, Sherry.
Notificación de subasta.
And I was wondering why it's so empty in here.
There may be a small chance that some of our property could be found among local traders' wares. It is worth a look, wouldn't you say?
¿Para adquirir qué dices? ¿Qué dices? ¡Hala, qué pasada!, ¿no?
Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it?
Vale, espérate. Esto tiene cenizas.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Vale, o sea, en el piso de abajo no hay nada. 2 puertas bloqueadas. Arriba, joder, aquí hay otra.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Está de decoración.
I remember how angry Mycroft was about these marks. He called it a frivolous, childish endeavor.
Ah. Ah, pero si está lleno esto de cosas.
One of the first things I saw when entering this house as a child. It's like déjà vu. Mycroft's umbrella, the only outgoing thing in his wardrobe.
Another memory incoming, Sherry.
Strange, I struggle to recall anything about the day we moved in. The only detail I'm sure of is that it was raining early that morning.
Vale, espérate un momento. La puerta bloqueada.
Almost as good as mine.
Vamos a empezar a rememorar.
Our mother brought a slew of belongings with her. She refused to leave a single thing in London. Mycroft had to spend the whole day dealing with it. There was always a hat on our stand, but I'm sure it did not belong to Mycroft. This trip was a challenge for our mother. I tried to help her.
Do you feel it? Is it the air shimmering, or is it my imagination?
He dicho eso era Mycroft. No era el de Mycroft. Puede ser que fuera, pues, no sé, este de alguien. No sé, un chaval que no... Vale, el anterior. No sé.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Alguien que le ayudaba, pero no sé quién.
You're not even
¿Ah, no?
trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Espérate. Mycroft estaba ocupado encargándose de todo. Ah, yo intenté ayudarla.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Minecraft, tú no eres Minecraft. Entonces tiene que ser así por cojones. No hay más.
Your neighbors will be told that Mrs. Holmes is suffering from tuberculosis. It is common to move closer to the sea in such cases.
Thank you, Dr. Richter. No, Sherlock, step away from her. Upstairs. Go to your room.
Lean on me, Mother. Take your time.
Actually, I never heard her coughing. I remember now.
Así que intentamos ayudarla. Darse cuenta de que nunca llegó a toser.
Oh, I feel dizzy. It's stuffy in here, isn't it?
John, are you all right?
I'll be okay in a minute. How about we find our room in the meantime?
¿Dónde has ido? Aquí. Aquí.
Look at this. It's like traveling 10 years into the past with a single step. Oddly satisfying. Sharp and well balanced. It would be a pity to leave such a tool behind. Sharp and well balanced. It would be a pity to leave... Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets.
¿Qué coño es? Son dardos, creo. No sé.
Oh, these must be the notes of my earliest observations. We wanted to locate a particular dog we'd spotted, and we met it, didn't we? I'll never forget how challenging it was to obtain this simple sketch.
Oh, it reminds me of our neighbour. He had the same balloon in his yard, only bigger. Do you remember?
Yes, we visited him several times while living here.
Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity. A magnificent tool made for a spurious purpose, staring into the sky. I've definitely found a better use for it.
You mean for spying on people?
The only fiction book on my table. I can still hear my mother reading it to me. Interesting. What's that over there?
Una cerradura.
This doorknob has a cross-shaped end. Too intricate to be merely a handle.
You know what? That definitely looks like a key. Let's poke around and see if we can find any secrets.
So many pleasant evenings were spent here with the Encyclopedia Americana.
¿Qué es esto? Yo me he retado a encontrar el tesoro escondido de nuestra habitación.
Cannot believe all my toys are still here.
Hey, they were not just yours, they were half mine too.
An artifact from Palau carved out of bone and claimed to be 300 years old. My mother proved it was a fake. My very favorite plaything. It was the perfect pirate treasure. Look at this, John. Remember how desperately I wanted to learn the violin? I never had a proper opportunity.
Such a shame. I always hated the rule about being silent in this place.
¿Por qué esto me sigue poniendo en amarillo? Como...
Sharp and well balanced. It would be a pity to leave such a tool behind.
¿Y por qué no lo coges? Me lo sigue poniendo en amarillo, tronco.
Sharp and well
No
balanced.
comprendo.
It would be a pity to leave such
Pero
a
ok. A ver, Palacio de la Mente. Cuando dije murió de tuberculosis. Aunque no había un amigo de la familia, puede que él sepa algo. Cuaderno. ¿Cómo voy a cuaderno? No puedo ir a cuaderno. Pomo, aquí. Parece una
Wasn't
llave.
that neighbour missing a finger?
That does sound vaguely familiar. Wasn't his name, Theodore? Theodore Gilden, perhaps?
It's the perfect time to investigate. Nah, doesn't fit here.
Esto sí.
Perfect match.
La pipa.
Made of cherry wood. Father's favorite. Still has a faint odor of tobacco, one of the few things on this island that smell like home. My small archive of crime clippings. Maybe I should pick up this habit again.
I knew you'd find it in no time.
Sharp and well balanced.
Vale,
It would
eso
be
da
a pity
igual.
to leave
Ok.
such a tool behind.
Entonces, ahora... Creo que estaba arriba, yo estoy. Solía vivir en unas casas cercanas junto a Grieg y tenía un globo aerostático en el patio. Un hombre excéntrico llamado Theodore Gilden. Le faltaba el meñique de la mano derecha. Junto a Grieg Bridge. Una de las casas cercanas. Grieg Bridge. Chisma de oro. Vale. No se me ha abierto ninguna puerta más, ¿no? Ni quemaduras, ni mierdas. Vale. Grid. Casa cercana, pues esta o esta. Digo yo. Un globo aerostático en el patio, eso... A ver, dudo que tantos años después siga teniendo un puto globo aerostático. O sea, quiero decir, los gustos de la gente cambian, pero vamos, que estará. A ver. Espérate. Por aquí. No, sí, no, sí, no.
That wretch Goliath would murder us all. Mark my words.
What's happened? What's up? Oh, what is it?
Espérate. Theodore Gilden. Patio de Gilden.
As if they were struck by a battering ram. I wonder how we managed not to hear any of this.
Destruction and trampled ground.
Le falta un dedo.
Oof, a contortionist you were not.
Sí, mierda, pues era el que buscaba.
A missing pinky, middle-aged. It's none other than Theodore Gilden.
El que lo haya hecho, quiero decir.
Disjointed vertebrae. Difficult to say if it was a way to start or finish him off. A kneecap reduced to splinters.
Dios. Qué puta mala bestia.
A belt from a dressing gown. Curious.
Oh boy, Sherlock. Another death means another question.
And we shall answer the question. It's far too interesting to give it up to the police.
No, y mira, o sea, quiero decir, rastro de sangre, ¿eh? Ojo, hay que seguir el rastro de sangre. ¿Qué por aquí? ¿Puedo entrar?
Hog heaven.
No. Vale. Lo ha cogido, ¿eh?
A sailor's knife useful for cutting wet and thick ropes. It's seen a lot of use. The blade is worn from grinding. A coal gas tank. Enough to pump up an airship. Fresh signs of impact. A rough landing led to an altercation with this shed.
Un aterrizaje forzoso. Pero el cadáver está aquí. Y el rastro de sangre viene de ahí. Que ese tiene que ser nuestro asesino, no sé.
An amount of attention that most can only dream of.
Toneladas como mínimo en el elefante adulto.
Poke the elephant with this? Really? People are hopeless.
¿En serio? ¿Ha sido un puto elefante? ¿Me estás vacilando?
A strong pull broke this leash. A pool of blood and saliva, possibly as a result of impact.
Sherlock, take a picture of the footprint. It's valuable evidence.
El marco del visor pasará blanco.
This photograph can help us find the old article about the elephants. The front page was fascinating. It was hard to believe as a child.
True. We may need it in our investigation. A royal suite for a favorite pet.
Plenty of food to satisfy even the most fastidious.
Bueno, esto está más pocho y tiene gusanos, te quiero decir. Pero vale. Puede ser que sea eso. No sé, ¿eh? Claro, pero ¿eso quién es? No, ¿verdad?
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Voy a meter en juego al tío.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
No.
You're not even trying,
No.
Sherry. Concentrate.
Voy a dar por hecho que le cogió. Directamente. Sí.
In a fit of rage, the elephant broke the chain and threw its victim on the ground with a fierce power. Escaping the scene, it pulled the body with it, but dropped it at the gate. At least some of this was witnessed by a third party who was hurled against the shed. The elephant can't have gone too far. I can still track it.
Well, suppose you find it. Then what? Push it all the way back to the manor?
Pistas clave conseguidas, pero no todas, ¿no?
Didn't we get to
Ah,
fly
mira.
as children?
El globo.
I doubt it could hold my weight today.
Todas las pistas, ahora sí. No puedo. Por la vida, yo veo un artículo de periódico nuestra. Puedo comprobar el archivo del periódico. Publicado hará 10 años. ¿Cómo miro yo esto? Coño, veo yo.
Do you know anything about this?
I'll help you, sir. You have my full attention.
Goliath cruzó en dirección al bosque en el que Theodore solía pasearlo. Cruzó Great Bridge. Pero escucha, ¿cómo miro yo lo del libro? ¿Hay algún...? ¡Oh! Tragedia... Falleció por... Parece la cosa de la muerte.
Something did happen that day, but no one can tell us the details. How can that be?
Agreed. It's rather suspicious.
Ojo que sí, ¿eh? Vale. Año actual... Vale, hace 10 años. Taca. Periodista científico. Un artículo. El archivo del periódico. Primera plana. Periodista científico. Periodista. Más grande que existe estaba... Sus seres queridos.
That's the article. Feeling old already?
Ah, era en plan... ¿Era en plan apuesta? O sea, no era en plan me va a ayudar con la investigación. No, no, era en plan apuesta. Pues qué bien, ¿verdad? finalizado esto, vamos a ir para... vamos a ver... efectivamente, Miguel Bosé aquí comentando. Alguien cayó, dejó ver un cuchillo, no fue un aterrizaje suave. De acuerdo, comprendo. A ver... Vale, espera, voy a parar. Ah, sí, puede que tenga heridas del golpe. Puede que Goliath matara a Theodore. No, esto no... Perfecto. Vale. Disculpe.
Could you help me?
I've heard something, but actually, no, never mind. I know nothing, I'm sorry.
Espérate. Vamos a ir por donde el puente. Mira el globo terráqueo, hostia, se ve desde aquí. Qué pasada. ¡Ojo!
The elephant barged into this cart of olive oil.
What if we're lucky and he slipped and fell somewhere along the way?
Help me, please.
You shouldn't have left your mansion. You won't get any answers.
Borde.
What, isn't it?
Vale, a ver, ha venido por aquí, fijo. Diría que subió por aquí. Dos. Ah. Hostia puta, que sí que dejo un rastro. Soy un poquito especial yo, ¿eh? Soy un poquito subnormal y retrasado también. ¿Qué por aquí? Hostia. El dueño.
Okay, hear me out. If an elephant falls in the forest and there's no one around to...
John, no.
Oh, you're such a killjoy.
¿Y qué vamos a hacer cuando lo encontremos? ¿Y quién coño era el señor que estaba herido? Pues ahora mismo, ojo, cuidado, ¿eh? Entró en el agua el hijo de puta.
Strange. It was hung with care.
¿Es de la misma bata? Isleño, isleño, ¿verdad?
The game has escaped us for now. We'll find a solution to the elephant problem later.
¿Qué cojones, tío? Ah, es verdad que tiene pánico al agua, ¿verdad? Sí, lo ponía, vale, espérate. Sí, un juego de llaves ya, pero... ¿Y ahora qué? El cuento, espera, el cuento de la base. ¿Cómo? Ah, vale. Ah, para ir a su casa. Creo que sí, ¿no?
I can always recognize the spirit of a true artist.
Y esto da al patio trasero, ¿verdad? Efectivamente, ¿dónde está? Mira. Buenas, ¿qué tal?
Why do I get the worst jobs?
Perfecto. Entonces... Los cuadros estos no son
This
importantes,
young lady
¿verdad?
has a childish interest for her age.
Creo que no.
You. Who are you?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. Theodore Gilden was...
Did you kill him? Did you kill the elephant?
It's not in the yard anymore. It escaped into the forest.
You can't let it go. What if it returns?
I highly doubt that, Miss...
Imogen Gilden. Please, I beg of you, find that dreadful beast that killed my father.
I suppose we do need to learn what happened. Can you tell me what happened? From the very start.
I was here, so I didn't see how it began. My father visits the enclosure every morning to wake up Goliath. Today, I heard the elephant scream. I've never heard such a horrifying sound. My heart stopped. I knew something was wrong. I looked through my window and saw how it lifted my father up by his neck. I rushed downstairs. I saw it dragging my father as if he were a doll. I threw stones at it. It dropped my father's body and charged outside, screaming. Its roar was almost human. I was frightened, so I ran inside and hid here.
That is a terrifying experience, Miss Gilden. I'm sorry you had to go through it.
Thank you. Goliath must be caught, Mr. Holmes.
Well, thank you for the information, Miss Gilden. I did have some questions for your father. Perhaps you might help me with them?
I wasn't privy to much of my father's life, and it's very hard to think of anything at all with Goliath still loose. Please, Mr. Holmes.
Very well. Do you mind if I ask you more questions if I find anything that might help?
Anything to catch that monster.
Miss Gilden, I was on this island 10 years ago, and your father knew my mother. I believe I even had the opportunity to ride that balloon outside, but I do not recall seeing you.
I lived at my late mother's in Sheffield at the time. I'm in no spirit to reminisce right now. The elephant is out there.
You've never heard the name Violet Holmes before? Perhaps your father...
Please, Mr. Holmes. With that beast roaming free, I can't think of anything.
Very well. I have to leave you for now.
Sospechoso animal. Huellas cerca del cobertizo. Sospechoso animal.
Had Goliath been aggressive before?
It's dangerous, but it was never aggressive near my father. My father would do anything for Goliath. All the elephant had to do was clap its ears.
You envied him, the elephant, I mean?
Our house is called the House of Ivory. I've heard some people refer to me as the Ivory Girl, and my room stinks of the animal, as if it's me who lives in a pen and not Goliath. It's not envy, Mr. Holmes. It's just incredibly difficult to live like this.
Did you observe anyone else in the yard? Any of your servants, perhaps?
Servants? Do you imagine that we would have any with Goliath? No one wishes to work in this house, even for double pay. I didn't see anyone else. Only my father and that diabolical beast.
She packed as much as she could carry. False idols? Oh, sounds utterly dreary.
Me lo he llevado. Me he llevado el libro tal cual. En plan de, bueno, pues para mí.
The same dull poses on all romantic photographs. So idyllic. Enjoy your happily ever after before it stales.
Hey, Sherry, we need to talk. You found false idols. We need to find the remaining two.
What does bazooka even mean? Would this paper be good for anything but blowing one's nose on?
They're not rubbish, Sherry. There's something more. I'm serious.
Very well. I doubt it'll be worth it, but I will find them for you, John.
You'll thank me later. They're some of the most imaginative books I've ever read.
What did you say?
Speaking aloud helps me think.
Trilogía de la bazucología.
A commendable effort to barricade the windows.
Fotografía de... ¿Eh?
I found this. Who's this young lad next to you, your faithful knight?
Paul. He's my pirate. He's not really a pirate. I just call him that. It probably sounds very silly.
Your secret is safe in my hands. Does Paul work somewhere? What is his surname?
His name is Paul Perks. He and his yacht Whirlpool are the champions of the Salacia Yacht Club. He sails there. I'll show you where it is on the map if you need to meet him.
A yachting champion? Oh, well, that will be a first. I prefer dry land. And so does my suit. I have to leave you for now.
Entonces... No, perdón. Club de Vela Salacia al sur de... Ahí he estado, ahí he estado. Hostia. Que no quiero dejar esto a medias, ¿eh? Lo tendría que dejar aquí, pero es que no quiero. Literal...
The nicest spot in the room. Mr. Gilden spent hours of his life right here.
Staring at an elephant's backside. What a wonderful life.
Quite the spectrum. From the history of the Roman Empire to conspiracy theories of the French Revolution. mother. It's nice to see her young and smiling. From before Mycroft was born, our family loves to prod at the past.
Holmes's desire to rake up the past is hereditary.
What's so special about this place? Another elephant? A partnership annulled with a single stroke of a pen.
Me falta algo. Pero no sé el qué.
A catchy title. I should take a photograph of the plans. I don't want to carry them around.
El hombre elefante, cordón, hostia. Ah, vale.
His second child? An apparent son and heir, I'd say. A relatively functional choice to replace the finger. Oh, the pungent stench of an animal.
What the fuck?
Theodore seeks some pink elephants with this.
I think they were closer than you and me, John.
I'm hurt.
1877.
I think Miss Gilden has barely matured.
Hablar. Planos de construcción en los baños de marfil.
A. Swift, is this name familiar to you? Your father had it removed from this plan.
Oh, that's Arthur Swift. I've seen him a couple of times here. He works with my father in the old city, digging up something ancient.
He is an archaeologist?
That's the word, yes. But to be truthful, I really don't think Mr. Swift is fit to be one. I've just learnt a lot about archaeology from my favourite book series. Oh, they are page-turners.
Inspirational, I'm sure, but would you happen to know where this Mr. Swift might be found?
I don't, but perhaps you can find out somewhere. My father's work with him is all official. Lots of boring legal papers with signatures and stuff.
I have to leave you for now.
Vale, entonces tengo que ir a... Casa de marfil, pistas clave conseguidas, pero no todas. Bien. Club de la Salacia, mierda. Ah, en el club de Velas... Vale, sí, perdón. Sí. Vamos para allá. Espérate que ya de paso Pasamos por el vendedor de artículos de jardín. Y vemos que puedo comprar. Ojo, mercader de arte.
You'll never find such magnificent paintings. Make your garden cozier with our... My goods will brighten up your house.
Compra todo.
Enjoy your purchase.
El patio restaurado. Y aquí.
My goods will brighten up your house.
Oh, la familia Holmes. Hombre.
Enjoy your purchase.
Todo, todo. Vale, ahora sí, el club este de la Salacia. ¿Por dónde coño se entra?
Can I ask you a question?
That's a question I can answer.
Comentado, se perdió la carrera y nadie lo ha visto por la mañana. En la sala del taller, al sur del club de vela. No, espera. Ahí. Pulpul.
Bloodied bandages. Has someone been hurt?
Where would a champion hide a key?
Grieta en el marco, vacía. Ojo, harina para tirotearse. Ah, no, coño, ¿qué es? Vale, pensaba que era él muerto, tío. Digo, ¿qué dice?
The champion's whirlpool. Pulls bread and butter. A foghorn to navigate and warn others at sea.
You should have a warning to cover your ears.
Ahí no puedo llegar. Oh, oh.
I hope Paul is more skilled at yachting than he is at hiding keys. Bloodied bandages. To earn big, you have to spend big. Additional earnings to sweeten the victory. An interesting place for a message to a champion. Old betting slips. Paul always bets on Whirlpool. One victory after another.
Inútil sacacuartos, creo.
Mr. Gilden wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. A box full of darts. Each has a needle and can be loaded with drugs. An expensive set of tools for woodwork. An amateur wouldn't know how to use these. Shipbuilding, shipwright's tricks, sail weaving.
Vale, a ver, espérate. Hojas frescas para nuestro té. Si tienes preguntas, los chicos estarán vigilando en la carrera.